Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing a movie that literally came out just today. I just got home from the theater watching it and I just kind of want to sit down and give a few of my thoughts. So today we're going to be reviewing Antman and the Wasp Quantumania, which is a movie where I will say I definitely had some pretty high expectations for it. I was quite excited for this movie moving forward because I would definitely say I'm a pretty big fan of Marvel. I've pretty much gone to see every single movie when it's came out in the theater. I would definitely say this movie, for me, it was better than I expected. I went into this movie with honestly pretty low expectations, especially from the last few movies, because the last Marvel movie I saw was Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which that movie was... It wasn't bad, but without Chadwick Boseman, it kind of just felt like it was missing something throughout the entire movie. So I thought it was good for what it was, but again, it definitely wasn't the best movie I've ever seen. But no, this movie, I'll definitely say I quite enjoyed it. It was way better than I was expecting. I didn't think I'd enjoy this movie, but I'll definitely say throughout this movie, there's never really a point where I was bored. I was pretty much entertained throughout the entire movie. It definitely wasn't one of those movies where it kind of just had me on like the edge of my seat wondering, oh, what's going to happen next? But it was also not one of those movies where, I was just sitting there like, okay, when's this gonna end? Is it over yet? Are we almost done yet? Which was definitely good, because I've had Marvel movies like that, like Thor Love and Thunder. I did not really like that movie. The only reason I really enjoyed it was because of Christian Bale's performance. I thought that was really good. But in this movie, I'll say all the acting I felt was pretty good. I enjoyed a lot of the characters. The only character that I kind of was just like on was definitely MODOK. I don't know. I kind of felt like they added him for a redemption arc for the character from the first Ant-Man. And it was just kind of just because they wanted to have MODOK in a movie, apparently. It just appeared. He really had nothing special. There were no impactful moments with him. He was just kind of there to be a side villain to Kang, and he had his little moments, but nothing too crazy. Then next, I gotta say, this is the first movie where we gotta see Cassie in like a full role compared to some of the other Marvel movies, and I liked her. There was really nothing too crazy about her. She wasn't super special as a character or anything, but her role in the movie was definitely an important role, but at the same time, it could have totally been replaced with another character. I still liked her. I liked the dynamic that she had with the other characters, so on and so forth. Then next, I'd have to say Kang. I liked Kang. The friend that I went to go see this movie with, he was not impressed at all. He really didn't enjoy Kang, and he thought he was a pretty anticlimactic villain, which in a way I kind of saw his viewpoint, because what we got to see of him wasn't anything crazy, where he's supposed to be the next like Thanos level threat in the Avengers, which I think part of it is, when it came to Thanos, they spent 10 years building up Thanos, and he was kind of just this character where he was just in the background, and we didn't know much about him. We didn't know what he was going to do, how they're going to introduce him. He was always just in end-credit scenes. Meanwhile, with Kang, we're actually getting him in movies prior to like the big Avengers movie with him, because he was in Loki, where we got to see a more tame variant of him. Then we got to see him in this, where we got to see a much more aggressive variant version of him, which, yeah, he definitely showed that he's pretty powerful, because he was just disintegrating people. There are points where he's able to control somebody, where he can stop them. He can pretty much control any muscle in their body and do whatever he wants with them, which that's stuff where Thanos could do similar stuff with the Infinity Gauntlet. I think once they get into more of his different powers and his different variants, that's where he's gonna be a much bigger threat, because even I think Disney even kind of came out and said like, yeah, Kang is the most powerful villain that they brought into the MCU so far. So that's where I definitely think we'll get to see a lot of him. I'm very curious what's going to happen when the Kang Dynasty Avengers movie comes out. But in this movie, I'll definitely say he wasn't like this super crazy villain where I just look at him like, what are they going to do against him? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, when it comes to these movies, the heroes have to win at some point. So that's where he wasn't uber powerful. They were capable of beating him somehow. So, yeah, I think we'll definitely get to see a more powerful version of him moving forward. But so far, this is what we got. And I won't say I'm too disappointed. A little bit, but not too disappointed. And then even moving forward, when it came to the story and stuff of this movie, it's not bad. This entire movie takes place in the quantum realm, which was actually really cool, because I gotta say they did a fantastic job just with the atmosphere, with all the cinematography, with just the look of the quantum realm. It looked really cool. It was really vibrant, colorful. There was a bunch of just little details and stuff that was really cool. There's definitely some times where I noticed the CGI was kind of but that's where ultimately it wasn't too much of a deterrent. And you know, I never was watching the movie and like, this just looks terrible. There were more moments where I'm like, this looks pretty cool. So I'd say for a Marvel movie, it's pretty good, especially in recent times where they've had some of their CG fail, or where it just hasn't looked as good as it has in the past. So it's not terrible. It's good. It's definitely impressive. It looks real. It doesn't look fake. Obviously, you know it's CGI, but it's not something where like the most recent Avatar, where you just look at this and you're like, I can't tell the difference between real life and this green screen. Yeah, overall, I just kind of want to give some quick thoughts on this. What I thought overall, I'd say it was a good movie. If I had to rate it compared to a lot of other Marvel movies, honestly, I wouldn't rate it too high, but I'd say it's probably like a solid 6.5 or so in the ratings in terms of other Marvel movies. So it's something where I think it could have been a lot better, but at the same time, it could have been so much worse. So ultimately, I'm looking forward to see what they will be doing with Antman moving forward, the Wasp, Cassie as a character, because I think she's someone where if they actually give her time to develop her, she could be a pretty cool character. So we'll just have to see. And I'm also very excited to see what they will be doing with Kang next. That's all. Did you guys see this movie? Did you enjoy it? Let me know. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you are new. I'll see you all again very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.